Okay, so I might be 6 months late, but I'm still feeling great about taking a look at the Transformers Titans Return Leader Class Blaster with his Titan Master partner, Twincast. Yeah, you can hear my enthusiasm about Twincast. Anyway, we're going to cover everything to do with this guy in the latest GotBot True Review. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. It's great to have you here. I know I'm late doing this guy, but one of the scraplets got him for the holidays, and he was kind enough to let me take a look at him here for you guys on the channel. I haven't looked at this mold, obviously. It was reused for Soundwave. I've seen that. It looks pretty great. There's good and bad here. There is good and bad here in my personal estimation, although people have really kind of taken to this guy and Soundwave. So let's have a talk about everything to do here. We're going to start off with the fact that his blaster goes stored in the back here, crossways usually, if you don't want to have it in his hand. But we will take it off there now. It looks like this. It looks pretty good, you know. Some people have said it's sort of cast in a brownie plastic. I don't really find it. I think it's black, but I think it's like the warm side of black rather than the cool side of black. If you know anything about colors, you know that a warm black kind of has a red hue to it, and a cool black kind of has a blue hue to it, so to speak. So I think it's the warm side of black. It looks pretty good. Lifting up his helmet, we're going to take a look at his little Titan Master partner. It's Twincast. I'm not really sure where the inspiration came for the head, to be honest with you. I have heard it talked about. It almost has a Rhinox-ish quality to it, in my view. He's about a 2, like all of them. He opens up like that. It's a little blaster. That being said, I think his paint apps are worse than the other ones because Twincast should actually be blue with kind of a yellowy face. If you know anything about Blaster getting destroyed and reformatted as Twincast, I think it would have been nice if this actually looked a little bit more like Twincast. The leg or the arms move the same way. The hips on this one are pinned. Little ball joint at the head. The legs bend up and down, and of course that's how he transforms. We're going to stick him back up here for now, and he slots in really easily and smoothly, and bring the helmet down over. Okay, so there's the couple of housekeeping things out of the way. He does, of course, come with a thing of instructions. No big surprise there. I guess I'll show it since I got it. We'll just lay him aside for a second, and here's the box. Blaster's head on the front there and on the side. The product shot on the back. Nothing that we haven't seen many times before. Twincast can, help him with the most advanced cryptography programming in the universe. In other words, he's good at helping him decipher things that are encrypted. Here's the tech spec card. Seems mostly accurate, I think. His strength is pretty good, his intelligence is pretty good, fire blast pretty good. Well, he turns into a stereo ghetto blaster thing and a base. He's not gonna be real fast. Here's the art on the front. Pretty good art on the front. I like the look of that. So bringing him back in, paint apps. Let's talk about that first. It's undoubtedly it's Blaster. It's not perfect. Some would say that using silver instead of this unpainted gray would have been nice. I'm okay with the unpainted gray, to be honest with you. I think that's more indicative of the toy. I feel like the thighs should kind of be that color as well. This is great paint if you're looking to, have representation updated of the original toy. If you're looking for animation accuracy, just like the original, this is about it's about a 7.5. It's pretty good. You know who it is, but it's not exactly like the cartoon. I don't like this head. The red used on it is a different shade than the red used on the body, and I don't like this visory look of the mask. I didn't like it on the original, to be fair. I liked his, I liked his face that was in the animation. That's just a personal preference. Some people prefer this look, and hey, more power to you if you're one of them. He is made out of material that feels really solid. I love the plastic. It feels really robust. The ratchets feel great. Everything feels really solid and good on this guy. When I got him in hand, I was shocked at how good the plastic felt. It really reminded me of the quality of the plastic used in the Classics Voyager Optimus mold. It really feels that good to me. So I applaud him for that. Posability, playability to go along with it. Well, the head goes left and right, not really up and down. You can sort of just lift up the mask. Arms can go, way out on beautiful ratchets. Ratcheted elbow, bicep swivel. The wrist can kind of bend in like that. The arm can go all the way around. Nothing at the waist, but these little hip pieces do come up, which is useful. Putting this and this out to the side. His legs can ratchet all the way out to the side beautifully. They can go back that far because then his lower back, butt, I don't know what you call that section, stops it from going back any further. It's shaped really weird. It's really strange. Forward, way out. The knees can bend forward a little like that for some peculiar reason. Back though 90 degrees. Thigh swivel. If you want to take this out as a heel spur, I guess you could. He doesn't really need it. He's pretty solid. And the toes, they also tilt. And he has ankle tilts. And what I love about his ankle tilts, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He has great ankle tilts. The ratchets are spaced nicely. And when you bring it out, you can see detailing up in here. As if, it's actually being bent out. I love that. Instead of just having the exposed hinge, they got that there, and I think that it works really, really splendidly well. Big fan. Big fan of it. So, for posability, playability, he's fun. The guy is fun to play with. When he is in, let's say, boombox mode, he makes a fine boombox. There's not much you can do with him, but he makes a fine boombox. In bass mode, I think he makes a pretty kind of cool little outpost sort of bass. Some people like it, some people don't. I dig it. So posability, playability, and materials, I'm going to give that, honestly, I'm going to give it a 10. Why not give it a 10? So we have paint apps at 7.5. The other score at a 10. This guy right now is, scoring about 8.75. He's pretty good. We're going to jump into the transformation is the next thing. Actually, before we do that, here he is next to Power Master Prime, his wave mate. I looked at Prime in full in episode 128, I do believe. Pardon me. And I love this Prime, even though I use it as Ginrai, but I really dig this. And here he is with Six Shot, who I looked at in full in episode 218. And they scale pretty great. Actually, Blaster might even be a little bit taller, head to head. So we'll take that out of it. And honestly, to do transformation with this guy, it all boils down to his legs, because the rest of it is kind of joke easy. So let's do all the easy stuff first. We take that and we pull out the little head mastery, Titan mastery thing. We bring the mask down and we come to the back. When you come to the back, you can open up, if I can do it. I do find it a bit of a pain. I do find this part a bit of a pain. Unless you got nails. There you go. You just open up that little flap tab thing on the back and you push the whole helmet down into the body and close it up again. This comes up because it's going to be his handle, I guess we'll say. The arms, they come out to the side and fold in, and out to the side and fold in. And you might be saying, well, how do you know if you have the arms positioned right? There's a tab right here and a hole right here. This tab and hole should be facing the same way. If you're still not sure, there's another hole on the bottom down here, and that hole down at the bottom needs to be facing toward the bottom. So there you go. That's a big part of him done. Like I said, the rest now has to do with his legs. So let's open them up. The legs unfold. You take them from here and you fold them out, and you do the same over here. You fold it out. Now, once you have that done, the transformation for this guy is all about manipulating this red hinge and this red hinge. Everything for both modes is about manipulating those hinges. So we're going to collapse the thigh into the leg. You basically, on this red hinge up here, there's tabs on the left and the right of it. There's a tab got into a little hole there. Now we want to kind of flip this whole red hinge around so that this other tab out here goes into a hole on the bottom. So we'll do that now. Hopefully I can show it. Bring that. And it does tab in securely. This is one part of them that I don't feel is really solid. Is that little red hinge. I'm nervous about that. You bring it down and bring it all the way in. Then there's a little red hinge up here that the foot is attached to. And there's an angle going up here and an angle right here. You'll basically flip up the red hinge and bring the foot in, flip in the toe if you didn't have that done. And this ankle rocker piece fits into the thigh piece, as you can probably see right there. Turn this so that it's down straight and bring it up. There's a little tab right here on the gray. It'll go into the hole that I mentioned on the bottom of the arm. And then you bring the front up. You should be able to bring the front up. If I have this done correctly. For some reason that does not want to fold up. Oh, I know what I had done incorrectly. There's a little black start on the thigh. You need to make sure that this ramp is under that black start. And really, there's no real easy way to do it other than to sort of manipulate a little bit. Again, I don't like that either. It goes down and under it, fine, but again, I'm just sort of waiting for it to break on me. And then you need to make sure all that is done. And you should be able to fold it up now. Like that. And we tab that down. And we tab in the arm. And we tab in the arm. And that's one side of the boombox done. Let's try and show it again over with the other leg here. We untab this. We bring it all the way down and tab it back in. We flip in the toe, and we take this other red hinge and we flip it up and in so that the angle of the rocker lines up with the thigh. We take the whole thigh and bring it up and forward like this, and we fold it up again, and we tab everything in. And boom, there you go. It's a great mode. I do not like the fact that we have two little hinges holding the ankle and the kind of the thigh to the lower leg. I'm not a fan. I don't like that we have those little ramps that need to go in around the little starts on the leg. Not a big deal, but I'm thinking about it in terms of kids. I think for collectors it's fine. I'm waiting for kids to break it. The gun can still go back here. You can have it down out of the way if you are so inclined, or you can angle it up like a little antenna if you're so inclined there. You can open up his chest, and he comes with this little, whatever this thing is. It's about the size of Rewind and Rumble and Laserbeak and Buzzsaw and Stripes and Ravage. In other words, it's one of those little data thingies. Any of them could fit in here the same way, and you would close it up and then you'd pop it down and be able to take them out. I'm not really going to show that now because I don't really see the need to do it. That being said, you'll notice that at this juncture we have them all transformed, but we took off that Titan Master, and what do we do with that thing? Because right now it's just off to the side. Well, you basically put them in like this. There's a space here on the bottom. You know, here's the way it comes out with the silvery pieces there. When you turn it over, there's a space on the bottom. You put his head in the slot and you put his feet down here in this little section, and you put the whole thing back in and close it up, and boom, there you go. Now, that being said, while I did complain a little bit about the way the legs transform to go into this, and it's not so much a complaint as it is a concern for the longevity of the toy. We're going to take him now, we're going to put him in his last mode, his base mode. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, it's pretty easy actually. We untab the front of the legs. We take the arms and we untab them from the back. We rotate the arms. Rotate the shoulders, I guess, around 180. So now we can bring the arms up straight by the head, I guess, by the handle. We bend them a bit and we lip out that gun. Same over here. Flip out that gun. We bring out that red hinge on the ankle and bring this up. We bring out that red hinge on the ankle and bring this up. We get this ramp out from under that little black section on the thigh. We do the same over here. We open this up and take this, I don't even know what you call it, out this thing, and that goes up on the handle. Like that. We push up on the screen there. We push the other little piece down. That gives us a kind of a dedicated seat, if you will, to put Twincast. He can sit down here and man the station. and it looks pretty good, I think. I dig it. I do. I like it. But it's not for everyone. And I have seen a fan mode where it's a little more, I don't know, multi-layered, I suppose we'll call it. I have fiddled with doing that. I'm not a particularly huge fan of it, but I'll kind of try and show it to you here now. We'll just take him out of it because it's just a bit easier that way. And I will fold all of that up for now as well. Long story short, if I have understood, let's see, if I've understood this mode correctly, and for the record, there's no guarantee that I have. I believe you're supposed to bring that out. And that. Down and that. And this firearm should be able to give you a little more support, and you end up with something that looks more like that-ish, if you like the kind of the multi-layered look. I'll give credit where credit's due. It certainly opens up options. That being said, it's not the official configuration, and I probably don't even quite have it done right. All that you basically did was you unhinged the thigh and brought it back out, and then you kind of, bend the thigh forward a bit and bend the knee forward a little bit. It's not much to it, and it is an option if you prefer it. I didn't really show that in detail because, like I said, it's not an official one, and I don't think I worked it out perfectly well. So we'll do this, and just for fun here now, we're going to bring this back as much as we can here now, and let's bring in on this side 6-shot, and you can attach, or you should be able to attach that like that. And on the far side, though, I think we're going to have to kind of bring his leg out in order to do it. And there you go. There's Optimus and Blaster and 6-shot. You could connect over on this side. You could connect Soundwave. You can also connect Fort Max, and they all apparently make Cybertron City. And all of these guys are covered with little pegs for the Titan Masters to stand on and move between bases, and they can go down this ramp and go across and on up over this ramp. The play value for these is amazing. That being said, I love 6-shot. I love Optimus. I think that they've been hitting these leader class figures out of the park in that regard. I feel like the Blaster Soundwave mold is really good, but it's the weakest of these figures, because everything relies on the longevity and health of this little red hinge and this little red hinge here. One of them cracks or breaks, the guy's broken. It's as simple as that. So be careful with it. Like I said, I think it's excellent for collectors. If you're getting it for kids, just encourage them to be careful with their toys. But I have a funny feeling that parents will do that anyway. Overall score for this guy. Well, like I said, the paint apps, they are a 7.5 for me personally. Some people would score them higher. Posability, playability, that thing's a 10. Transformation, because of those knees, I gotta give that about a 7. It's good, but I'm nervous about that. I am. Overall score for the guy, he's about an 8. He's not a standout, but he is really good. Would I say get him? Well, for me, in my personal collection, he's a little bit big. I think Voyager size is better for the character of Blaster and Soundwave. But hey, if you're into this scale and you like it and it works for you, then yeah, go for it. He's a great stand-in. We've seen other versions of him, and he even scales decently well with your Masterpiece figures. Which, again, I know the aesthetic is different, but hey, he could be a great stand-in in the meantime. There's a lot of options with this guy. Anyway, folks, that's it. I appreciate you stopping by, giving me some of your time as always, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together for another visit right here inside the video.